Hello, YouTube community. It's been a little bit, been like my birthday, things like that, family stuff. But I'm back here, and this is Talk with Friends, episode 241. Let's get going. Let's talk about Endor today, like that. Episode 5. Talk about freaking Interview with a Vampire, all 3 episodes. Talk about Dance with Dragon, the ending of She-Hulk, episode 8 and 9, and the death of Mike Tyson, some more stuff, okay? Let's first talk about Ender, okay? The show has been kind of boring me. I mean, some things are cool, and it has enough to keep me entertained. Like, this one's, the heist is finally going on. They captured the commander of the base like that, got in there, threatened his kids like this, big gunfight, some people die, Andrew goes off his own journey. Like, that's basically the episode. It was okay. I can't wait to see the next episode because things are going to get better like that. Now, let's talk about the Wings of Power. Season 1 is officially over. Okay? Officially done. And my thoughts have been, it kind of sucks to wait like 2, maybe 3 years for the next season. I'm like, no, I can't do that. But I'm like, I did it for the boys. I mean, between season 1 and 2 was like a year or two like that. So I could do it for this too. The pacing of the show was like off and on. Sometimes it was like off the pack. The first episode, loved it, good pacing. Second episode was like cool. The third and the fourth episode could have been like mixed together as one episode like that. Kind of like the first and second one, like, but it got slowed down a little bit. I was like, this is kind of stupid. It got better. Episodes 5, this is the big battle. Episode 6, a little battle, something happened. But the last episode, the guy I thought was someone was like, okay, it's either this dude or the other guys clearly getting off like that. They didn't say his name, but he said a lot of Gandalf lines. So I was like, okay, he's either a blue wizard or Gandalf like that. I was like, I'm gonna call him Gandalf like this. Cool. And these are the hobbits like that, the prequel hobbits, like cool. Finding out the sign one like was like had a thing for that one. Remember like in Fellowship of the Rings? The one goes like this, you could have, if I took the ring, you would have instead of Doc King, a Doc Cream. And I'm like, oh yeah, this scene with like someone's trying to dig down this bitch like that and get her to join his side and use his like charm, his nature like this to offer him. Really fits in with the scene in the Fellowship of the Ring when she's telling us, I can't touch that ring because it's not good for me. And knowing it's basically all her fault, how sudden sets everything up, you know? And like this. And seeing him walk to the freaking like Mordor like that. And I can't wait to next season to see how we act with the orc, scoot him over like that, and see if he kills him first or makes him serve him like that. Very interesting. We have 4 more seasons of this like that. Because they're planning 5 seasons. I'm gonna watch it. I'm looking forward to it. I think it can go far. And overall, I enjoyed season 1 of the Lord of the Rings. Not as good as Game of Thrones House of the Dragon, but still pretty badass like that. And I'm looking forward to it. It has it. Yes, okay. I love the books. Okay, the books are the books. The show is the show. They went different. They had like one guy's not in the book like that. The half orc guy. He was in the books, but I love his character. They changed some things up. It's cool. Some things did better. Some things did worse. Overall, I liked it. So I'm interested to watch season 2 when it comes out like that. Oh, and it's gonna be a season 2 of Interview with a Vampire. They officially announced that, so I was like, yay! Because like episode 1, pretty incredible. Like this, you see him go around, you see the one get a stack hunting him down, trying to do his job to turn him out like this, being his family. He's like, I'm ashamed of these men treat you like this. It appalls me like this of your man of your characters, these people like this. Basically, and it's kind of cool. Like they changed the dude's race, but it kind of made for a better story, and it shows and it made for a better plot like that. And it shows and gives us another way to get at him in a different way like this. And I kind of like the change like that. I was like, okay, this is actually better. And like it shows why he was a pimp, and how he had a hard time getting money and raising up, and coming up in life because he's half black like that. And back then, even now Americans are pretty freaking racist like that. If you're not the proper culture, you know what I'm saying? Like that. But he's got a lot better. It's a lot better now than it was back then, but things can be better, and people need to change and like this. And certain presidents, not that good like that. But let's get back to the Star Trek. Episode 3, like basically like when he's going to the building to save that kid. We all know that kid's gonna be raised up as his like daughter thing, and it's actually turn her into a vampire like that. Because that happens in the book and in the movie. I can't wait for that episode. I can't wait to watch it. Yeah, so far this series has been good. Now, for the last 4 years, for about 4 or 5 years like this, it gets like to a couple of years to the big seasons like that of Sight. Season 1, pretty good, like that. Jason Momoa do his thing, being a blind man, keep his ass, basically be a blind samurai like that, And then his 2 kids are kind of stupid like that. Now season 3, pretty good like that. How it ended, some like one of the like Jason Momoa's like kid, like his son in the show. I was like, why would you blind yourself just to have your be to see what your son? I was like, you'd be way better off to keeping your eyes seeing around and forcing them to something because like you are gonna be next in there, okay? You're the next heir to the kingdom like this. It's better to have a sighting kid like this, Or if you want to tell them, just lie to them, say, I'm blind now like that, and then just keep your sight like this. Because maybe your grandkid have sight, and you can teach them stuff like this. That how that one guy ended was completely retarded. Jason Moore's ending was pretty badass. He saved his family. He got a bunch of the bombs and hit the thing and blew up himself to kill up the soldier. That was pretty badass. His ending was cool. Thumbs up. But the son's ending was stupid. The girl's ending was like, it's cool because she wants to find more other household alignments, find more people with sight, reading books, building the thing, having weapons like this. And I'm like, yeah, and like the mom used to speak to how sight's coming back, but how we have to go by the old rules like this, and say sight's outlaw. And the one guy, like, he's like, the former witch hunter's like, no, like, sight, the war for sight's not over. It's gonna be battle in families and household when people have kids. Sight is coming back. There's nothing we can do to stop that. Like that. So like, it had some of a good ending, but some of like this is retarded. So like, it's I give it a C series. It's not an A class series, but it's a C class. It's worth watching, but definitely not worth buying for DVD like that. So it was okay at best like that, and I didn't waste my years. Just a very good ending. So I'm happy with that. So it was worth watching for a lot of years like that. Now on to the next thing like that, if that's okay with you guys. Black Adam comes out this week like that. I ain't gonna see that movie. I'm gonna keep watch it. Like it looks amazing. We all heard Superman's gonna be in it like that, and I'm a huge Henry Cavill Superman fan. I do think he's the best Superman we ever had like this, and it seems like Ben Affleck is gonna be back for Batman, and I love Ben Affleck as Batman. I think he's the best Batman we had like this. I think he's incredible. He fits the size, the weight, the spirit of Batman like that. And and I hope he does come back for the series because he's an incredible Batman like that. And I love him as Batman and I hope to see him more. And I heard they're making a Superman movie like that. Be announced pretty soon. I was like, okay, cool. If that's true, I hope he'll announce it soon. They're gonna bring it official. It's not official, but I heard something. So hopefully it comes up true like that. They'll make a Superman movie, versus Slam. That'd be pretty badass like that. And we have that to look forward to, like this. So that's gonna be pretty incredible, like that. And then if you're watching Game of Thrones, Dance of the Dragons, I'm gonna watch episode 9 tonight. And so far I've been watching it. The difference between the books and show, they're being more similar to the blacks. That's the female Targaryen like that, and wants to be the next queen. And then the greens are the thinking other house like that, Aegon's family like this. And I was thinking, I was like, well, all the wolves are Westeros, and I'm not a sexist. If you're in Dorne, then the firstborn should be the first the woman of the thinking kingdom like that, because it's Dorne's law like this. But the wolves and the culture of Westeros, the male ale comes first like that. And with the laws of gods and men and Westeros, well, Aegon should be king like that. And Acerys was a shitty king. Like he was an okay king. He wasn't bad, but he sets up the whole pharaoh of the Targaryen dynasty like this. If he just like, hey, daughter, you're gonna marry Aegon. He's gonna be your husband like this. And if you didn't allow her to make bastards like that and have true-born kids, that could help out a lot too. Like this is, or he could be like, hey, I'm doubling down on this. I'll make sure she's my heir. Make sure she stays with me the whole time I die. Make sure everybody knows this. He didn't do that much to prepare her for the throne and to give her. He told the thinking the secret, but he didn't like set it up for like alliances. Like he didn't make sure she could step right in there without any trouble like that. And because of him, the realm was a lot weakened. The dragons were destroyed like that in Game of Thrones like this because after the dance of the dragon, all dragons died. Aegon still kept his kingdom like that, like this, and then like Rhaenyra's like son, Aemon's son like that, not as strong. All of them died like that, but Aemon's son like that took the kingdom after Aegon like that, and then he got replaced with Daemon's son like that. So like all put together, I was like, this is you ruined the whole thing. Like if you would literally put your foot down, like, hey, I'll make this work for everybody. Okay, every party's gonna be equal. Aegon, you're marrying your sister, you're having kids with her, blah blah blah. You get your old sister like this. That's what you're going on, like that. If you will be king, you be called king and queen like this. That means the time of the Mad King, if he was still made or not, because everything's changed. It's a different king in different lands. The Mad King might never happen. But if the Mad King still came king and Rhaegar was still king, they would have hundreds of dragons and thinking Robert Baratheon would be smashed like that. And Rhaegar would probably be king still, and Jon Snow would be legal one of the heads of the dragons. And the White Walkers would not be a match to wrestlers. Like it would be overwhelming force of dragons, soldiers. Like the world of wrestling would be a lot better if Saharius was a better king, but he was not. He was okay at best. Like he ruined the Targaryen the thing, and the Greens have more legitimate rights to be the king, and like Rhaenyra would probably kill all her brothers and her sisters from the other mother, stepmom, because she would have to protect her claim like that, because all her kids, well, all her kids not of Daemon's blood, because Daemon they were really married and Daemon had real kids with her, but all her strong kids like that were not legitimate like that, and everybody knew that, so it was kind of ridiculous, so like this. So I so far been loving this season. I can't wait to watch episode 9 tonight. Episode 10 comes out next week. House of the Dragon has been just as good as season 1 of Game of Thrones like that, or of better like that. Like it's been pretty equal, and they're doing 4 more seasons like this. Well, they're planning to do 4 seasons altogether, so 3 more seasons of House of the Dragon coming out after this like that. So I'm pumped, and I love it like this. And there's tons of other spin-offs like this so far, and they're talking about a Jon Snow spin-off like that in the future, like basically 10 years after the events of Game of Thrones like this. So I'm like, oh, cool. So if you do that, and instead of talking about mini-series like this, I was like, so we're talking about 1 season. Bull crap. You probably you have milk that shit. Probably do at least 2 or 3 seasons like that, because you have the Night Queen in it like that. You can have Dany come back, be redirected, by the freaking the fire pieces like that, the Lord of Light, and you can have actually fix the ending of Game of Thrones. Like it's just, I hated the ending of Game of Thrones like this. I know the book's gonna be a little different, something to be the same, but Bran being freaking king was retarded, beyond stupid. Like I'm sorry, and everything is like you can't you set for another war, and the North being their own branch of the kingdom, you set for another war in our contract. Like all you're doing is set yourself to fail again, like that, like in a more kind of effective way. It's like, oh, but other than that, everything was good. I saw the movie The Man from Amsterdam. Something I liked about it, something I don't like about it. Like usually I like the artsy movie like this, and I love that artsy, like makes you think kind of movie. This movie wasn't for me. I'm supposed to say that, okay? It wasn't for me. It wasn't my type of tea. It might be your type of tea. Give it a chance, but I would save my money. Save it for Black Adam like that, because Black Adam, the trailer looks badass. I was telling my friend, like, dude, Black Adam, he's the same power as Kazam, but stronger because he has mastered his power over He's been living for centuries, so he has mastered that power for centuries like that. So he is way more powerful than that. And the only person who can really take him out is basically Superman. I mean, Wonder Woman can go back and forth and might take him out. A flip of the coin, kind of like Thor, but it should be a pretty badass movie like that. So, guys, if you're interested in them kind of movies, that kind of things you can watch like that, like this. Another show I'm very interested to watch next month comes out on the 20th, I think the 22nd or 23rd, is Wendy. Wendy Adam, like that. Basically goes to college. She goes to college like that. If you watch the Adam family, it's the oldest daughter. She's grown up. She's going to college like that, and she goes to a special like rich, deep, like weird people college, but called that like that. Kind of like the Scooby Doo episode when the Scooby Doo cast goes to the monster house like that, and they meet all these like French Time's daughter and like this the Mummy's daughter, and they have a little adventure, kind of like that, except without the Scooby Doo cast like that. And it looks like it's gonna be creepy, fun, and pretty exciting. So I definitely can't wait for that. And I just finished the thing of the fairy, the Phoenix Wing like that, season 2. Pretty good, like that. Learned more things, but it's okay. Like I'm definitely into that, like this, and yeah, and Chucky season 2, episode 2 was cool like that. But basically, they're in the house, they're exploring around. They get to know that the church people, like that, like this. They just take a chance to redeem yourself in God's image, like this. And then the one dude is bumped up with his boyfriend. The girl's a complete mess. She's doing some pills like that, crushing her up like this. Some pills. She's a complete mess up like that. She really emotionally damaged because all that stuff happened to her. And her roommate solves up Chucky like this, and they capture Chucky. And they found out Chucky was a scout like this. And then at the end, it shows off Chucky's kid going up to Chucky's like wife's house like that. And I'm like, oh, okay. I may have seen a Chucky. One's a boy, one's a girl. It looks like they're both girls, or one's transgender because he has to be transgender because Chucky had a boy kid and a girl kid like this. So I was like, oh, cool. I'm ready to see what go on that because it looks pretty interesting. So far this show has been incredible. Loving the show like this, and Chucky's working with that one girl. He's inside her mind like this, and they're trying to get his wife payback because his wife killed him and betrayed him like this. So I'm trying to see how that goes. I think it was pretty cool. And so far, I've been loving this show like this. And I can't wait to see what's next like this. Episode 3 comes out next week. I can't wait to watch it. It's gonna be incredible. I watched the Reggie vampire thing. Not for me, but it's just for you. Good for you. If you like, it's not like Twilight, but if you like, let's see, the Vampire Academy like this, then you like that movie like that TV show like this. It just wasn't my cup of tea like that, and I guess I'm too old. Like the younger me, like when I was in my 20s, would love that show, and bringing it out now, I'm a little pickier, and I'm an old man, and it's not for me. I'm sorry, like kind of like new Star Trek. A lot of new Star Trek isn't for me anymore. Like I did like thinking Star Trek Strange New Worlds. Most of that show, some of it was kind of stupid, but most of the Star Trek Strange New Worlds was pretty good like that. I am gonna give season 3 of Picard a chance, like that, because I hated season 2 of Picard. I like some season 1 like that, but I'm gonna give season 3 because Robert Burnett has been talking about on the internet like this how amazing season 3 was, and he's a Star Trek man. Like I'm interested to see how good season 3 is like this. And go on like this. A big fight coming out this weekend like that with freaking Islam and Oliver. And I can't wait to watch that fight like this, And Dr. Wire, good job for your knocked out victory of the first round. You have your confidence back, and I hope you see it in anything. I want to see you fight Atlanta as an ass, dude, and see if you beat him. That should be a good fight like that. I still think Anthony Johnson whoops that ass too, but I like to see that fight, And or if you versus Kazak, dude, and I do. You have a chance you can knock out Kazak and beat him that way because it only takes one punch for you to knock him off. Or Kazak can beat you by points, but that should be a very interesting fight and see how it goes like this. But I'm about to get off here. I want you to like, subscribe, and comment, and tell me what shows you're interested in. What movies are you looking forward to like this? Are you looking forward to Black Panther, Wakanda Forever? Are you looking for a Black Adam? Are you looking forward to freaking Avatar, The Way of Water? Again, like, subscribe, and comment, and have a blessed day. May God be with all you guys. Peace out, brothers, like that. Like, subscribe, and comment.